back, my fellow Pure Pig D-Gens. We are back for another week of bets. As you all can see, we're joined here by a special guest, James. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just excited to move on and find some good plays, especially after last week where I got giga fucked. So yeah, you know. Yeah, just too
Uh,
many frauds. So I don't know. I think I just want to move on to the next week.
yeah. I mean, before we get into I guess quick little recap of last week's event, Gerard wanted to say what's up. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. Um, I was personally in the green for that card. I did good that card. And yeah, we did a clean sweep on the best bets video.
Yep, that is true. Me and Gerard both had our best bets hit. Me, it was Joaquin Buckley. Gerard, what was your best bet?
The over on the Charles Johnson and Shad Woodson.
Yep. So we're always glad, when our best bets hit. Hopefully some of you guys tailed. If not, hopefully you guys will tail us here this week. So, let's move forward. We'll give a quick recap of UFC St. Louis, Lewis versus Nascimento. James, if you want to quickly, just go through some of the picks, because we never want to shy away from our losses.
Yeah, definitely. So, the area where I personally got giga fucked the most was, Rebecca and Despain, really just two cardinal sins that, we committed as plays. I mean, Rebecca, first off, very unproven. I even had it in my notes that this guy took Nick Fiore to a decision like a year and a half ago. That's a red flag right there. But at the end of the day, I was just trying to fade see Carlos Vieira pretty hard just because he was a 39-year-old, a lot of red flags himself. But I think that he showed that he took that rust off of from the Michael Johnson fight because he looked like absolute like crap like in the Michael Johnson fight, and he took the rust off, and I think that it showed that he's a ranked fighter or a legit, at least close to a ranked fighter, right? So paid the price there for Becky and Despain. Yeah, I have no idea why we put that many units on Despain, who literally only had maybe one round of proven cardio because there was one fight where he got to the end of the first round, but yeah, just two bad overall plays there, and I vowed to never let that happen again. I think that at that point, yeah. And JJ Aldridge was another bad play that we had. Um, but it was a close fight, but I wish we went energy instead of JJ Aldridge. Yeah, JJ Aldridge just had a close third round, second round, and I think that first round really did it in. And she didn't really recover too much from or try to keep up with, at least, Veronica Hardy. So yeah, just two bad plays overall, but I'm looking forward to this week, and try to hopefully right those wrongs.
Yeah, for sure. As you say, James, like we always move forward. It's a new week, new bets. So, yeah, we're gonna move forward. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, for best bets, each of us are going to give our best bets. So James is going to give his best bet in addition to me and Gerard. So why don't we start with you, Gerard? What is your best bet for this week?
Yeah, for this card, I'm probably not gonna bet too much, but one play that I do have is a two-leg parlay of Abus Magomedov and Melissa Gatto.
Interesting. And so that two-leg parlay is a minus 126.
Yeah.
So in terms of unitizing, is it, just the standard 1.26 units to win one unit, Gerard?
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay. So why don't we talk about the first leg, Abus Magomedov? Why do you have him as one of your locks in your two-leg parlay?
So for Abus, if you look at his past few fights, I mean, he's looked competitive against quality opponents, and he's been on a tear before facing Sean Strickland and Kaio. And in the Kaio fight, he showed that he was starting to manage his cardio a little bit better, but Kaio was just too much in the end in that fight. And as for Warlley, I just haven't been impressed in the L's that Warlley has been taking. He hasn't really impressed me in those fights. Abus, at least he looked competitive and decent in the Sean Strickland and the Kyle fight. Warlley, I think he's going to get outgunned in this fight. I think the striking and the length may be too much, especially early on against Abus. And yeah, I think Abus is just live for a finish here.
So what's interesting is that I'm on Fight Odds right now, and Abus opened up at a as a minus 475 favorite. Since then, he is now a minus 285. So, Gerard, why do you think there's so much action on the dog in this fight, Alves?
I think people are looking at like the cardio issue if this were to push past the first round. And if Alves were to implement a more grappling heavy game plan to get Magomedov tired and throw him off his striking game in the stand up. But I mean, it's hard for me not to see Abus kind of bounce back from his past two L's, and Alves hasn't really been impressing me in any of his losses. So that's why I have Abus in this one with the upside.
Got it. And I guess James will ask you to like any thoughts on Gerard's pick, whether you like it or you're kind of staying away from this one.
I like the Gatto leg. I do think that she's the much better fighter than Vidal. Just
Mhm.
a little bit wary on Abus. I mean, after my Robelis to Spain pick, I think I'm good on backing anybody that has a few minutes of cardio. But I can see why Gerard is fading Warlley Alves. I was doing the same thing with Waldo Cortez Acosta, but I mean, I think Warlley's a much better fade this week. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it should hit, but I'm personally probably not going to do it. But I like it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Gerard, why don't we go ahead with your second leg, Melissa Gatto? We already heard from James that he likes it. Why don't you tell the pure pickers why you like this leg as a lock?
Yeah, for Melissa Gatto, I think she's better than her record shows. I think that she's been competitive against quality competition. She faced the likes of Tracy Cortez, Ariane Lipsky, and I thought both of those fights were pretty competitive. Um, as for Vidal, she hasn't really fought that level of competition. She is aggressive, but I see that she's really sloppy. And from her last fight against Montserrat, I'm starting to think that Vidal's not even really UFC caliber. I don't know if she can be competitive against these UFC caliber fighters. So yeah, I see this fight kind of going Gatto's way. I see Gatto probably being able to control Vidal for 3 rounds, possibly even find a submission in this fight. So yeah, those are my two legs there.
Yep. So what's interesting about this leg, I'm on Fight Odds again, is Gatto opened up as a pick'em, actually minus 110. Since then bet to a minus 305. So kind of opposite to your Abus pick. Looks like a lot of people are on the side of Gatto for this one, and rightfully so. In my opinion, I'm on the Gatto side as well. And funny enough, she is also one of my best bets, but we'll get into that later. So I think overall, really solid two-leg parlay. Um, yeah, 1.26 to win one unit. I think pure pickers it's up to you guys. Maybe you guys want to lock that in for that for that unit. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I hope it hits. All right, so let's move on. Why don't we go with you, James? What is your best bet for this week?
Definitely, yeah. I've thought about many, locks this week, whether they're underdogs or favorites, even parlays, right? This week, I'm just a little wary on the parlays. I don't know if I trust a lot of people on this card, to be honest. So where I see the value is with Angela Hill versus Luana Pinheiro. I think that even the money line's pretty solid, honestly. She opened up at -110. Now it's been played to -135. There was a point in time where it instantly dropped to -180. So I think we're getting good value here. Reasons why, I mean, Luana Pinheiro just hasn't really impressed me that much. I think that she will have the youth advantage here, but I think that Angela Hill is the exact type of fighter that just really crushes these hype trains that come in, right? We saw the same thing with Denise Gomes, who I think might be even more dangerous than Luana. The only person that's beaten Hill so far that I've seen are people that potentially would fight for the championship, right? And I don't see Luana like that. And the only fight that I think that she looked bad in, Angela Hill, was Mackenzie Dern. And Mackenzie was coming off of a divorce or something like that. She came in. That was the best Mackenzie Dern I ever seen in my life. I was on the Mackenzie side. But yeah, I don't think we're ever gonna see that again. And aside from that, I think Angela Hill is always the safe play. I mean, I've been following her social media. She's always fight ready. Like she's always in shape, even at the age of 39. And I think she just is gonna have too many tricks in the toolbox for a girl like Luana, who just looks a little limited on the stand up. Grappling is, I think, okay, but I don't think she's gonna be able to just outmuscle Hill here. I think Hill's a little bit tough. So yeah, give me Angela Hill money line for -135 here.
Yeah, James. I mean, I think you bring up an excellent point, especially about Hill. Like this being the type. These are the types of fighters that Angela Hill just like easily wins. She's shown like time in and time out, even at the age of 39, that these are the type of fighters that she just beats. You know, um, and Pinheiro, especially coming off that really bad KO against Hebos. I remember watching that uh, third round. Yeah, that was crazy. Um, so, so I really, just so we're clear, you are
I'm
going
gonna
to
go with
go
the
with
money line.
the
I
money line,
mean,
right?
I think that by points, yeah, most likely it'll go decision. Um, I always like to just play a little safe. You never know what could happen in these kind of fights. I mean, I know that Angela's a decision machine, but I would rather just pay a little bit of juice to keep it safe aside. Like let's say we get like crazy KO or like crazy sub, like I don't want to miss out on that being on the right side. If it was a little better, if the odds are a little better, I mean, like maybe it was like more than plus money because right now it's like pretty even money, right? Like plus 100. So yeah, I'll just rather go
Yeah.
with that. But I don't hate it. It reminds me of the Charles Johnson fight last week. Just something that will most likely
Mm,
go to decision, but in this case, just give me the plus. I mean, just give me the Angela Hill. I want ride her this week. Yeah.
yeah. Gerard, do you have any thoughts on this pick?
Uh, no, I think it's a decent play. I think I'm also on her side. Yeah, Angela Hill has just been packing away these prospects, so to speak. So yeah, yeah, I'm also on Angela Hill as well.
Nice, nice. So uh, there you go. That is James's best bet. So we're gonna move forward with my best bet. It's gonna be a two-leg parlay and potentially a third if you just want to throw in a juicer, what I like to call it. So first leg of this two-leg parlay is gonna be Adrian Yanez to outright win, so money line. And second leg, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be Melissa Gatto. And the juicer leg, just to make the parlay plus money, is the over on the Demopoulos fight. The over 2.5. I think that's pretty surefire bet. But for purposes of this video, the best bet will be that 2-leg parlay. So just to quickly go through each leg, I'll start with Melissa Gatto. Completely agree with what you said, Gerard. I don't think, man, I remember Vidal's last fight. It was against Rendon, man. I remember betting Vidal because I thought Rendon was but man, like that first round, I was like, oh shit, this ain't right. um, so I think Vidal's, man, she's just very slow. She throws everything with a lot of power. So I think Gatto will be able to, especially because she's moving up a weight class here. This fight's going to be fought at bantamweight. I think she'll be, the more slick fighter. Um, and I think she'll kind of be able to poke Vidal. I think Vidal is going to be too slow. And I could see Gatto even getting a takedown because Vidal's takedown defense is very bad. So yeah, I just think, I'm just fading Vidal kind of on top of the fact that I think Gatto is solid. She's okay. And then the second leg is Yanez. This one, you know, I, Yanez has lost his last two. Obviously, he's very hittable. He was piecing up Rob Font until he got hit with a hard one and then just kept on getting clubbed. And then Martinez, obviously, the leg kicks. But Salvador, he's moving up weight class here. So fighting at bantamweight, against a previously ranked fighter in Yanez, I think it's going to be a huge step up in competition for Salvador, and I don't think he's up for it, because he has also lost the last two, and I just don't like Salvador's fighting style. It's very, it just doesn't look like he's taking the fight seriously. He has a very flashy style, doing a lot of excess movements, kind of, whereas Yanez is very clean. But obviously the worry is that he could get caught with.
I mean, I
Oh,
think
what do you think
Yanez.
about the Yanez leg?
I think it should hit because I'm just not a big fan of Salvador. Um, I don't think that he's UFC caliber, honestly, and I think that Yanez should be able to win that. I'm not high on Yanez though, if that makes sense. Like I don't think this guy's that good either. But I think at this matchup he should do just fine. And obviously Gatto, I like Gatto this week. I think she should be a parlay piece for a lot of like a parlay anchor, those kind of plays. And the over 2.5 for
Yep.
Demopoulos, I really like that one too. I don't see either. Both of those girls are decision merchants. And I think pretty tough too. So I think that fight will go
Yeah.
decision for sure. So I like the parlay honestly. I think this could be potential buy low on Yanez and the other two legs as well.
Yep. And real quick, Gerard, what do you think about the Yanez leg specifically?
Yeah, this one initially I stayed away because I don't like the odds on Yanez personally. I'd prefer it to be like under minus 300,
Yep.
so in the 200s or something. But he should win. Initially, I thought he was fighting Vinicius Oliveira, and
Yeah, me too.
I was like plus two.
I was like,
I
whoa.
was like plus 285, plus 290. Give me Vinicius. But then I realized it's a different Vinicius. So I mean, yeah, I think he should win this. I just wish that the odds were much better.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So there you guys have it, man. If this 3-leg parlay were to bust, most likely it's gonna be from Yanez. So tread carefully, pure pickers. But that is my best bet. And hey, the last two bets have been hitting, so I think you guys should tail it. So that about wraps it up for this week's episode of Best Bets. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Check out our website, purepicks.gg. James, any last words?
No, man, that's pretty much it. Let's get back on this train, and I think we have a week before, or like 2 weeks before UFC 303 or something, or 302.
Or two.
Yeah, so I mean, if y'all want to know about that, I mean, Islam Makhachev, what is he at right now? Minus 445. I mean,
You
not
got
saying, I'm not financial advice, but just like the house, bro, the house, the house.
yeah. Yeah, we might need to take a double mortgage on the house,
Yeah.
put it on Makachev.
Hey man, you
But
can add him to a parlay just right now. I just tried on Bet Online, so you can add him right now to this event if you want.
yeah, this those type of picks are what we call parlay juicers for that free juice.
Yes, sir.
So that will wrap it up. We will see you. Wait, is there a UFC event next week?
There isn't, no, so there's a break.
Okay, so we will see you guys in 2 weeks for the next event. And so peace out, pure pickers.